Flinders Ranges is really a special place in all of Australia. It looks unique, it has a unique history. To me, it always looked like a cross between farmland, desert, and timber forest. You have all these fences and farmsteads scattered around, sheep roaming around, but you also have this dry, arid landscape, and you also have so many native pine trees all over the place. So it's kind of its own special place. Let me show you what it's all about. Located some 500 kilometers north of Adelaide, the Flinders Ranges National Park was established all the way back in 1945, and it was renamed Ikara-Flinders Ranges back in 2016. The ranges themselves begin much earlier than that, in terms of both distance and time. They follow you all the way as you drive to the park, and they stretch for much further than that, but the Wilpena Pound area is where most people are headed. It has camping sites, both powered and unpowered, hot showers, Telstra reception, and even a decent grocery store. The entire area used to be a huge, shallow seabed some 500 million years back. Gradually, all the sand turned into layered sandstone, pushed upwards, and began to slowly erode ever since. Aboriginal people lived there for thousands of years until Europeans began to slowly settle the area starting from 1850s. There are plenty of hikes around the area, of varying difficulty and length that can take you anything from an hour to a week. This time around, however, I didn't bother with any of them and stuck to just driving around for a bit. I revisited the Moralana Scenic Drive, which I haven't been to since 2019, and it still looked as spectacular as it did back then. Then I went off to the Bunyeroo Road and spent about an hour at the Razorback Lookout, arguably the most iconic spot in the entire park. I got super lucky with the clouds as well, and I took some pretty epic shots down there. You can see them at the end of the video. Stokes Hill Lookout is another great spot to see how different this place looks compared to anything else in Australia. The rolling barren hills with a pine tree here and there, along with the jagged rocks in the distance, they definitely plunge you back in time if you're willing to take the leap. And of course, if you don't mind a bit of a wind while standing there. Lack of water is not the only reason that very little grows down there in that area. All in all, I definitely should have stayed there for longer, but it wasn't meant to be this time around. And after a couple of weeks, I drove back to Port Augusta, and from there, we'll see. For now, have a look at these photos that I took during the trip. Let me know if you'd like to purchase any of them as prints, and I'll see you next time.